I'm Dieter, brewmaster at Heinzelmannchen Brewery, and I'd be happy to show you around of the different things that we do around the brewery, from basic brewing process to the fermentation, a little bit of cleaning stuff and all that kind of thing. And I want to talk a little bit about our beer, basically traditional flavors, which are all early German ale style beers, and they beers that made Germany famous back in the day, in the early 1800s, before lager yeast was ever used to ferment, and subsequently the beer changed over to pretty much all lagers from then on in Germany. But before that, it was all ale fermentation, basically open air fermentation, whatever dropped in the tank that made it ferment, that's what they used. They had a good batch of beer, they reused that same yeast in the next batch and continued on that way. And back in the 1800s it was pretty difficult to come up with a clean beer because it was both the fermentation process and the spoiling process was not very well known. They knew what they had to do to keep the beer cool. They knew what they had to be somewhat clean with it, but as far as filtration and things like that, there wasn't anything that they even considered. And refrigeration at that time was non-existent. So they used the cooler months to brew. They stored their beer in caves, low basements and stuff like that, and served it pretty much at that temperature. So, and it made just enough to drink real quick, and hopefully have another batch ready by the time that batch is finished. So, we had a lot of small breweries in Germany. Each town had their own brewery, and they kept producing beer like that. And so that's kind of what we're styled after, is a hometown brewery, and that's one of our taglines. You're an hometown brewery. You can see it on our website. And we kind of had the idea of using the gnomes as basically our mascot, because that's the area I came from in Germany, was right in the Black Forest, and the folklore there is about gnomes and gnome-like creatures that come out in the dark of night and go into town and help the proprietors, the bakers, the butchers, the candlestick makers get started for the day, so they can also enjoy life instead of spend all their time in the store helping people and stuff. So that's the gnome thing. And it kind of goes together with hometown, that kind of thing. And it's really neat little folklore. They do things without being asked, nice things for good people, and that's what we try to do. We do for good people. And let's see. Basically, the way we sell our beer is. We have bowlers that we sell and then that you can fill repeatedly. We have kegs and cans, 5-gallon cans that we sell retail and wholesale. And we have other things like pickles, and pretzels and stuff like that, t-shirts, added value items that we sell also. So let me show you the brew real quick. We have two different batch styles that we produce. We produce our specialty beers in our sample machine here, which is a 1 keg size, and that's what we're getting ready to transfer, and that's in fact what Hannah is transferring right now. Is a keg that Weiss, which is a dark wheat beer. That's one of our specialty ales. And we have a couple of fermenting right now. Our Imperial Gnome Ale right here, and this is going to be our Christmas beer, which we call a Merry Gnome right here, still in the fermenter. We're going to add cherries to that today and make a cocoa porter with cherries, brandy soaked cherries, and really nice. So there's always something going on in the brew room. If we're not brewing, we're cleaning, and if we're not cleaning, we're brewing, and also helping customers. And the other batch style that we do is a 10-barrel batch, which is about 18 kegs that are brewed in a bigger cooker here. We do a concentrated mash, and then we transfer it into the fermenter and dilute it down to where we get 18 kegs and ferment it and then put it in the kegs. We don't filter our beer because back in the day they didn't do that either. So it's a more traditional style. We warm condition it for a few more days after fermentation is finished to smooth the beer out, which is another thing that was a common German practice. And then we also carbonate it at the same time, and then when that process is finished, we take it into the refrigerator and condition it cold for a week or so to clarify the beer, which means all the particulates and the residual yeast all drop to the bottom, and then we decant off the beer into serving kegs and serve it. And that's how we process our beer. And we use traditional methods, traditional ingredients. We, like I said, don't filter it and don't put additives in there. So it's basically a live product until you get it served to you. And so that keeps our beer the freshest beer around. And so that's the brewing process and so the other process is getting this stuff out to the public, and that's what this afternoon holds for me. I need to go to Asheville to deliver product out there, and Hannah's going to stay here and help people as they come and purchase retail. So that's how we do things.